Now, yesterday there was some bit of news coming in, Alicia, that there were some Hamas fighters who may have again entered Israel from, from various other points. What are you hearing on that, and is that a real concern?
Well, yeah, it is something, but Israel is completely ready of it, because it's not only the artillery forces, but also Air Force, Navy. They have been looking into each and every. There are also snipers in each and every point. And as we travel from Tel Aviv to Sderot, where there were police officials who have been looking into the ID cards of each and every one. Even we have been stopped at many of the points and have been asked about the details about which is a part of a protocol. But yes, as far as the Hamas is concerned, and they have been entering, but the latest, the information that we have got from the IDF spokesperson, that a diver who tried to enter Israeli territory, who was killed. It was the last day where the naval targets of the terrorist organization Hamas were attacked, and the anchorage of Khan Yunis and Gaza were attacked, which were used by the terrorist organization Hamas in an attempt to carry out attack in an Israeli maritime space. There are Israeli officers, the forces who have been into each and every point, and they have been taking into it. If you can just see, there are police officials who have been also looking to each and every point of view. If can just show you, as of now, this is the Gaza border, where it's just, we are reporting from Sderot, where it's just 1 to 1.5 5 kilometers away from the border. It's just all you can see is the car deserted, but yes, the roads are deserted, but yes, there are only police officials who have been allowed to travel from this place, and also the media can just go across can travel, but there are restrictions for the citizens as well, because even if the Israel's forces are ready, but yes, there are some threats that Hamas are still trying to enter the territory.
All right, stay with us. Let's also bring in Gursimran right now, who also I think is reporting from Sderot. Correct me if I'm wrong, Gursimran. But Gursimran, give us more details about the IDF's latest statement, where they are saying that the Hamas tried to attack attack some of their maritime spaces as well, and now that has been foiled by the IDF. Tell us a bit more about that.
Sinupur, there have been regular attempts by the Hamas side to target the Israeli forces, and the maritime security of the IDF has been attacked yesterday, we are being told, by the Hamas side. So what we are witnessing, that the Hamas is not out of the game. That is to what the Israelis also understand, and that's why time and again there have been statements coming from the officials and the top political leaders of the Israel that it will be taking time to bring down Hamas, because what they know, that the Hamas, when it comes to the Gaza Strip, that is around 41 kilometers into 12 kilometers strip, they are a complete country within themselves, because Hamas is a government. They have a self-declared government that is ruling there. They have the access to the resources, and they are the way they are getting the support from some of the countries, be it the Jordan, the Iran, the Kuwait, and the Egypt, that has also boosted their morale. And what they are saying this time is that they have some of the bargaining points which they are trying to buy. That is the hostages they have with them. They are trying to use them to have bargaining with the Israel side, but Israel seems to be in no mood. But when it comes to the operations, yes, the operation Iron Sword will be taking the time, because yesterday we saw that more than 500 rockets were fired from the side of Hamas into Israel. Almost 95 to 96% were intercepted by the Iron Dome system, but still many of them landed in the residential areas, in the areas that are not near any of the militarized zone. So clearly showing that Hamas is now trying to inflict the maximum civilian casualties to the Israel side, so that the international pressure mounts on the Israel to bring down the tone with which they are intensifying their operations. Because what we are getting to know, that even the Gaza port, which is in the Rumel district of the Gaza, has too been hit by the Israelis, and there is a very big intent of damage that they have inflicted to the side of Hamas terrorists. So that is something now is happening here. And apart from this Sderot, here all the houses, they have been vacated by the authorities. I'll request Vijay Surendra Shah to show you that all the houses have been vacated. You will find the cars parked. The people have left things wherever they were as they got the inputs from the government. But one thing is very clear, that the people of the Israel are united, and they are united to ensure that the flag of the Israel flies high. As you can see on one of the building, it is flying high with the the people
Right.
of the Israel. They want that this flag should fly high, and there should not be any threat to the sovereignty and the integrity of the Israel, because we have seen that the people of Israel
Right.
have stood firm, as they have got the international support from all quarters, and now they are planning a major strike. Yes.
Now, Gursimran, you know, even as Israel, of course, is being supported by the US, the UK, in fact, we've heard about the fact that the US will be supplying it with more arms to deal with this. There is also a great deal of concern that this could spiral out. Now, yesterday we heard, from the Hezbollah, which has threatened the IDF with airstrikes from the Lebanon side. So what kind of levels of concern are there over there that this could really spiral out of control, and there could be other countries which could now perhaps get involved in this?
See, Nupur, having followed this very closely for the past almost it's 4 to 5 days time, one thing is very sure, that Hezbollah is a real threat, because I spoke to the officials from the IDF. For Israel, the Hamas terrorists is a threat they can tackle. But what it seems from the conversation that we had with the officials of the IDF, that Hezbollah is a real threat, because the armory, the weapons, the air defense system and the air attack system that the Hezbollah are carrying, that is something you cannot expect from a terror group, because they seems to be almost a next level of any of the country that is in the neighbor. They are even more powerful, we are being told, and more dangerous to the people of Israel than the Hamas. We know what the Hamas has done, and now the Hezbollah coming into being is something really concerning. See, there were some attempts that were made by the Hezbollah side in the northern borders, and yesterday what was the countermeasure? That there was no retaliation to that, but there was a high build-up that the Israelis have done on the northern borders. They have not only moved the air units, they have not only scrambled the jets that are roaming round the clock, but also the ground deployment has been increased. The tankers, the bulletproof tankers, have also been moved to the forward locations in the northern sector by the Israel, so that if there is an attempt by Hezbollah or the Palestinian jihadis, that can be tackled. But what it seems for now, that Israel is capable of fighting at the multiple fronts, but looking into the sensitivity of the time, they won't be opting to open multiple fronts at a given time. They would first want to deal with Hamas and then Hezbollah at a later level. Yes.
It's going to be very challenging on the Israeli Defense Forces also, Gursimran, if they have to open these multiple fronts. Already they're fighting in south, and as you're pointing out that they are worried about the Hezbollah from the north. But thank you for the moment for joining us. We'll keep coming back to you through the day.